Hey, welcome back to the eDrum Workshop. I'm Luke and I hope you're having a great day. A couple of months ago I did a review of this little gadget here, the eDrum E-Strainer. I really enjoyed using it, but there was one slight issue with it. However, I've since received a newer version of it, so I thought I'd do a quick update video to let you know how it performs now. Let's get to it. The full review video of the eDrum E-Strainer will be linked in the description and probably somewhere on the screen by the end of this video. So check that out if you want to see my full thoughts on it. I went into a level of depth on that video that I'm definitely not going to touch on here. But for those of you that didn't catch the full review, there will be spoilers ahead as I'm going to do a very quick recap before I go over the change. The concept of the E-Strainer is to bring over the ability to turn off your snare wires to your electronic drum kit. What this means in the electronic world is a bit different as it doesn't do anything complicated. It's effectively a switch that swaps your trigger to a second output jack. So this will take up 2 trigger inputs on your module and then it will allow you to swap between those at will. For any sample-based modules or modules that already have a snares off sound inside of them, it means you can very quickly swap between snares on and snares off within the same kit by using the same trigger pad. It's a very elegant solution because it works with pretty much every module as it only uses trigger inputs. There's a whole host of connectivity options available that allow it to be as compatible as possible with different off-the-shelf or DIY triggers. You can check out the full review for details of those, or you can contact eDrum through their website or their Facebook page. There'll be links for those down in the description too. So the trade-off here is that you have to be happy for this trigger to take up 2 trigger inputs on your module for this one specific function. But on the flip side, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do with this idea because of the nature of electronic drums. You could turn electronic layers on or off, you could swap to completely different instruments, or you could just change out the snare depending on the section of the song. Basically anything you can think of with this idea, you could do it. Personally, I really enjoy using it, so much so that I was happy to purchase the unit that I reviewed off eDrum, but only once the issue that I ran into was resolved. The issue was that the switch mechanism was a bit too loose, and after a bit of use while testing, it started to creep back up while I was playing, to the point where it would eventually swap outputs without me wanting it to. It was purely mechanical, and because of my feedback, eDrum said that they would look into a solution and then I could swap my unit once it was solved. In the review video, I said that the solution would come in the form of an access hole which would allow you to change the tension of the screw that controls how tight or loose the lever would be. Upon further trialling though, eDrum found that this wasn't a solution that was going to work out. So instead they've swapped the switch to one that clicks into place when you switch the switch. And I'm happy to say that after plenty of testing, this has indeed solved the issue. There's a very satisfying click now when you... Ooh, where's it gone? There it is. When you move the lever. God, try doing this while you're looking at a camera. So you'll be able to hear it. Ooh, yeah. I'll just pop that down. And the force that's required to push it past the switch will not allow it to do that by vibrations alone. So that's great, and it means that this fun little device is now completely able to do exactly what it was intended to do. And I really like what it does. As I say, I bought it off them after I reviewed it. I could have very happily just sent it back to them, but I really like the product and I like quite a lot of the other offerings that they make too, so I wanted to support them. So that's it really. I just wanted to let you know that the issue has been fixed, and if you were interested in it but you were put off by the one issue that I found, it's now been fixed and there's nothing to worry about. If you haven't seen the full review, go check it out if you want to see exactly what it's capable of. I go into a lot more detail about the different uses, so you can fully see how it works if you're interested. If you're not interested, that's fine. Thanks for watching anyway. And don't forget to pop a like on this video if you enjoyed it or if it helped you at all. Subscribe if you want any more eDrum content like the stuff that's probably up on the screen right now. And check out my store at the eDrumworkshop.com if you want any snares off kits for your module to use. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!